One picture can tell a story of an era and light up an event that has once significantly affected the wheels of history and now sunk into oblivion. The Flashback, a project that carefully guides us through the past like a beacon. (1872). Moscow hosts the Polytechnic exhibition, marking the 200th anniversary of Peter the Great. In England, FA Cup is established. The Metropolitan Museum opens its doors in New York, and Yellowstone becomes the first national park in the world. The original photograph, which was made in 1872, is kept at the Library of Congress. There is a man in the center of the picture who is timidly stroking his future wife's hair through the yurt's grills, kirigia. Surprisingly, this unusual custom once was considered as an integral part of a wedding ritual. For the steppe people, marriage was never an easy thing, although it has always been quite an interesting phenomenon. String of customs accompanied this event. Many of them are still relevant today. National tradition of matchmaking, kudaluk, bride's farewell party, uza tutoy, meeting with husband's relatives, betashar, and the wedding itself. All newlyweds pass these stages today, whereas customs like groom sighting, hair stroking, and death of an old woman turned into cultural archaism. This photograph features a group of nomads, one of whom, bowing his head, placed his hands wrapped in a scarf on the open frame of the yurt. And the caption under this picture explains that there is a young bride on the other side of the yurt, and her kneeling groom performs the ritual of hair stroking. It is unlikely that the husband-to-be was trying to check the smoothness and silkiness of his fiancée's hair. The meaning behind this ritual is way more sacred. Leading world anthropologists say that some magical functions were attributed to hair in ancient folk traditions. Primitive men even believed that by combing hair and burning it, it was possible to affect the spirit and nature of a person. Apparently, echoes of these beliefs were reflected in this ritual. Another interesting wedding tradition captured in these pictures called Kempir Oldi, the death of an old woman. It was quite a performance. One of the old women from the village would lay down in front of a groom, pretending to be dead. Other females would play along and yell, "Oi, bye, the old woman is dead." The old woman would come back to life only after she would receive a gift. The tradition was considered as an amulet. It was supposed to prevent an actual death happening during the wedding celebrations. This is probably only a small part of the wedding ceremonies that once existed in Central Asia. But since the history has not preserved any other evidence, we can only guess what other unusual traditions were popular among our ancestors.